One of the absolute best ways to make it in crypto is to get in on new trends early. Imagine if you've been early to the Solana meme coin craze of 2024, or AI coins in 2023, NFTs in 2021, DeFi in 2020, or heck, even gone back in time and bought Bitcoin at any point in the 2010s. You could have easily turned a small account into huge amounts of money. Well, these types of opportunities present themselves every single year in crypto. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about a specific trend today that is emerging that nobody else is really talking about that I believe is super early. I'm gonna explain exactly what it is in this video today as a blockchain developer myself who works this technology on a daily basis and why you should pay attention to this. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below and subscribe. And while being early to these trends can be a great way to make investment gains in crypto, the absolute best way to make it long-term in this space is to become a blockchain developer and increase your income. And I can show you that step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about this new trend that's emerging and how you can profit from this. Now, obviously, nothing I'm saying in this video is having financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any specific cryptocurrency based on this information. Everybody knows that crypto is an extremely risky place to invest, and that's why I teach you to become a blockchain developer on this channel. But with that being said, let's dive in. So let me set the stage for a brief history of some of the biggest opportunities that have ever happened in crypto. Obviously, one of the biggest ones would have been to buy Bitcoin at any point in the 2010s. That's a no-brainer. But when that opportunity came along, people realized, there's a lot of money to be made off of creating a new blockchain. And soon you had all these projects come out that posed to be the next Bitcoin, but better. Okay, we saw things like Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Classic, and these all had major pumps during their bull runs. And then later we saw chains like Ethereum came out that had smart contracts, which Bitcoin didn't have, which gave birth to ICOs, NFTs, DeFi, which then gave birth to alternative layer ones like Solana, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Cardano. And all these ecosystems had their own tokens with a lot of upside. And then after that, we also saw Ethereum layer 2s, which are designed to make Ethereum faster. Things like Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync. And many of these gave birth to brand new ecosystems with new tokens on top of them as well. So with all these opportunities that I'm talking about in the past, there's been a new ecosystem with native tokens that can rise in price. Like imagine if you bought Solana when it first came out, it would have had massive upside potential. Or Ethereum, same story, the price went like crazy. And then also these new chains that let you launch new tokens on top of them, they had insane pumps as well. Things like Ethereum ICOs back in 2017, NFTs in 2021, meme coins on Solana in 2024. I think you get the picture. The big opportunity is to create new networks because there's always opportunity in new networks. And then those new networks give birth to new coins that people can speculate on. And so this process kind of repeats over and over again as a new strategy for doing this comes out. Now, that being said, with all these buckets that I'm talking about, whether it's Bitcoin forks, alt layer 1s, layer 2s, there's a lot of saturation in these markets, okay? People are thinking like, hey, do we really need a new alternative layer 1 on the scene that's going to be an Ethereum killer? Do we really need another Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution? And that brings us to the next experimental phase in the evolution of blockchains, which is layer 3s. And that's going to be the topic of discussion for the rest of this video because there's a big trend forming around this. Let me tell you why. So let's take a look at the Degen chain, which is a layer 3 and is one of the first movers in the layer 3 space. So let's have a look. What is it? Well, it's one of the first of its kind, this layer 3 blockchain. So what does that mean? Well, let's start off with layer 1s and layer 2s. So a layer 1 is like Ethereum or Solana. It's a blockchain that operates by itself. And so if you get on MetaMask and you send Ethereum around from one wallet to another, you're operating on Ethereum layer 1. Or if you get on Solana and you use your Phantom wallet and you send Sol tokens around, you're on a layer 1. But for blockchains like Ethereum that are really slow and expensive, we can scale those blockchains by creating a layer 2. Okay, this is where you create a second environment on top of this layer 1, hence layer 2. And you do the bulk of the transactions on this layer 2, and it settles those transactions back on the layer 1 Ethereum chain. You can see projects like Base, Arbitrum, Optimism. Those are some of the top layer 2s for Ethereum. Now, a layer 3 is another layer on top of layer 2s. It's an even more juiced up environment where you can control the scalability, but instead of settling back on a layer 1, you settle back onto a layer 2. So that's technically what Degen is. But why do we have it? What does it do? Well, as the name implies, Degen really is purpose-built for speculation, specifically with meme coins, okay? So the degen coin itself started out as a community project for the Farcaster ecosystem. So what is Farcaster if you're not familiar? So it's a blockchain-based social media application, kind of like Twitter or X.com. I made multiple videos about Farcaster on my channel when it first came out. And some of the big brains inside the Farcaster ecosystem thought up the degen token as a Farcaster community coin and airdropped it to a bunch of people who were active as a part of this community. So if you watch those videos back then, you signed up for Farcaster, you were active, you probably got a nice airdrop from the degen community. And when it launched, the degen token did a massive run up in price and has since cooled off a little bit since that initial pump. And now that's just the degen token itself, okay? So you can own the degen token on other chains, but really the degen token is the native coin that powers the degen layer 3 ecosystem. And that ecosystem in particular exploded overnight, okay? Within 48 hours of launching, it did, 3.5 million transactions, okay? $10 million bridged, 96,000 active addresses with really, really low transaction costs. And so these are insane growth metrics that really point to an overnight success that was really a stealth launch, because this was not something that did a massive influencer campaign. It really just launched grassroots via the Farcaster ecosystem and got a lot of legs and traction all by itself. So this also points to a big opportunity, specifically with the degen chain. So what are some of these big opportunities? So one of them is definitely an airdrop. So again, if you watched my earlier videos on Farcaster, you signed up, you created an account, and you haven't checked for your degen airdrop, you might be available for that. But they are going to have 2 more phases of airdrops coming up. The second one, I believe, is going to finish up at the end of this month. So it's probably not too late to get started on Farcaster if you haven't already. You can just go to farcaster.xyz, download the Warpcast app and get started now. Now, that's really just a nice bonus, but that's not really the topic of this video, which is how this can be a much larger trend. So going back to what I was saying before, with all these new ecosystems, there's usually 2 big opportunities. One is price appreciation of the native token. In this case, it'd be the degen chain token. Obviously, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any degen coins. The success of that particular cryptocurrency will likely depend on how well degen chain does over time. But anytime people get exposure to these ecosystems, buying the native cryptocurrency is one of the best ways to sort of bet on the performance. You can see what happened with Solana in previous bull runs. Now, the other opportunity is getting in on ecosystem plays for this particular chain. And like I was saying at the beginning of this video, degen chain is really there for speculation. There's lots of different meme coins that are being launched on top of this, okay? And usually one of the best strategies for this is try to find the top performers and allocate to that. And as these ecosystems take off, those are the plays that typically tend to outperform others. Again, meme coins are one of the hottest opportunities for crypto in 2024 so far. Many meme coins on degen have absolutely exploded, and I expect that more will in the future as well. Now, that's just for the degen chain itself. And again, we don't necessarily know what the long-term success of this individual project is going to be. But what I can almost guarantee you is that this is the beginning of a broader trend of launching layer 3 scaling solutions. Because just like I was talking about the evolution of blockchain, first we had Bitcoin, we had these Bitcoin forks because everybody saw, man, this Bitcoin thing did really well. Same thing with Ethereum, it did well, so it had competitors that come out. And now that a layer 3 has done really well, I can almost guarantee you that more layer 3s are going to come onto the scene, and that the opportunities that I'm talking about, whether it's through airdrops, whether it's through native tokens, whether it's through ecosystem plays or meme coins on these ecosystems, all these same opportunities are going to get copied and pasted to these new layer 3s as they come out. And that's the big trend that almost nobody's talking about right now. But I do expect this to continue and have some big upside from here, assuming that the 2024 bull cycle continues to play out. Now, that being said, layer 3s, of course, are met with a fair amount of criticism, okay? So you can see this take like from Vitalik Buterin, the mastermind behind Ethereum, saying, re-upping my post from 1.5 years ago on layer 3. Basically, in summary, layer 3s don't magically improve throughput even more, though they can reduce some fixed costs of batch publishing and deposits and withdrawals. And likewise from Mark from Polygon saying, I'll say the quiet part out loud, L3s exist only to take value away from Ethereum and onto L2s, on which the L3s are built. You do not need L3s to scale, and this is why Polygon Labs does not work on L3s. And while I agree with a lot of these criticisms from a technical perspective, do we really need L3s? You have to understand, degen chain is, in my opinion, it isn't solving a technical problem. It's solving a different problem, which people want, which is not technical. They want novel ways to speculate, especially during a bull market, and that's exactly what they're doing. And at the end of the day, the market gets to decide what it wants, and they've acted in favor of degen chain and L3s. Now, the question is this just a flash in the pan during a bull market, or will this actually have any type of long-term potential? Well, that's something that we will just have to wait and see. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you excited about DGen Chain? What about layer 3s? Are they actually a big trend? Am I just crazy? Is it all going to zero? I want to hear from you. And whenever you finish leaving your comment, make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe. Also, turn on notifications so that you don't miss a video. And while being early to these big trends can be a nice way to make investment gains in crypto, the absolute best way to make it long-term in this space is to increase your income by becoming a blockchain developer. And I can show you how to do that step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You really don't have to be an expert to get started today. I thought people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.